What is going on YouTube? Hedabag making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're obviously going to be looking at Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, as well as Litecoin. We're going to look at the current coin market cap and spend quite a bit of time focusing on the market as of right now. Because as you guys can see, the market is starting to do something quite interesting, something that I wasn't expecting, which is why I'm titling this video, Was I Wrong? And, you know, we're fairly new and it's fairly recent that we just started to see this little correction to the upside. So I want to see whether or not this is going to, relapse into something much bigger, or if this is just a pump fake like we saw before, and we're going to consolidate down to lower positions. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump into today's episode. So guys, as you can see, I am on my YouTube channel, and you can see my previous videos did discuss something of quite interest. You can see my past couple of videos have basically been in reference to breaking bearish and correcting to the downside, and then more recently we started to talk about the price getting right back inside of our symmetrical triangle, whether history will repeat itself, and the fact that we're literally days away from seeing the massive amounts of volume coming into the market. We were pretty much trying to figure out which direction the volume was going to be in, whether we're going to see a correction to the upside and a swing to higher prices, or if we're going to see a correction to the downside and a swing to lower prices. But what was interesting is now that I'm focusing on Bitcoin, you can see it appears and starts to look like we're breaking to the upside. Quite interesting. Wasn't anticipating this. If you guys have been subscribed to the channel, you'll know that I've been honestly calling the fact that we look to be seeing a correction of about 30%. Honestly, truthfully, I was anticipating, and I'm still anticipating, the correction to the downside, basically basing off of previous history. The slow, long 2017 uptrend has been on the market for almost 3 years now, into 4 years now, and you can see how the price has reacted to that. We eventually move up above it. We spiral into something along like a descending triangle, and then we broke bearish, corrected back to the downside. We have a massive spike upwards, and then I'm honestly anticipating another correction to the downside, retesting what again would appear to be the bottom uptrend, and then seeing a break into May of 2020 as we near the halving, shooting the price up to around $13,000, and then doing the same pattern and correcting lower. Now, obviously, as I zoom in on today's candle, you can see some very interesting stuff is happening. So what appears to be is that we were consolidating. We've actually been consolidating for quite some time. You can see on DueDEX right here, we've had many hours of consolidation. And this is on the 4-hour. I'd like to show you guys the day. A little bit smaller of a drop, but you can see we've merely just had about 2 to 3 days now of sideways movement since the little correction that we had back on December 18th. And you can see that pretty much put us right back inside of the symmetrical triangle, or what appears to be that symmetrical triangle right now. And then you can see we've been consolidating within that point for a couple of days, and it appears like we're trying to spike upwards, but it's quite interesting, and I want to see how today and tomorrow close. You can see right now, for whatever reason, we actually did manage to break above here. This was something I wasn't anticipating, but we actually managed to do so. I was honestly expecting today and tomorrow to be another day of consolidation, and then we could see that break to the downside, but it appears to be that volume is coming back in. Now, I'd really like to see whether or not we close today's candle above here, or if we're going to consolidate below here, because I was honestly anticipating more sideways movement and then that break to the upside. Like, can I extend this out here? I don't want to. I don't think it's as accurate. There still is that slight possibility that this could be, because you can see it still does align very nicely with the other the other prices that we've seen here. So you can see we've even trended on here. So whether or not this is the breakout, I would like to just leave it like this, and then we'll see whether or not we pretty much broke outside of what appears to be the downtrend, or whether or not this is still in play right here, because we still are kind of hitting resistance. This isn't the volume that I was anticipating to see. What I mean by volume is major volume coming in, candles like this that start to form. This is a small movement and a small injection volume, and this may be the cap as to how high today goes, and then we may see us fall right back down inside of here and then trend sideways out, and then anticipate that break to the downside. But we'll see how today's candle does. Now, I do want to focus and reference some other cryptocurrencies. What I'm starting to notice on XRP, which I wasn't noticing before, is on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we're starting to have what appears to be an ascending triangle, a very small one at that. Now, I know that Investopedia and websites like this name ascending triangles as a bullish move, but honestly, in my personal view on the market, they tend to be a bearish signal, and they usually hit a resistance up top here and then, crap out and retrace or correct to the downside. So merely that's what I'm anticipating to see right now within the market. Yes, we are getting closer to the high-low MMA, but I do think we will reject and fall lower. And even if you do look at Bitcoin on the weekly, not the monthly, my apologies. On the weekly, you can see we're still intertwined within the high-low MMA. We're still inside what appears to be the weekly symmetrical triangle right here. So yes, even though I did just slightly adjust the chart, you can see we're still trending inside of here. We did correct on that candle right back inside of here. And it seems like next week's candle is really going to be the benefit of the doubt into which way we decide to break. Now, like I said, I'm going to say now, I did close my short position. There was really no reason to keep it open, not because of doubts, mainly because of the fact that DueDEX does charge you a fee to keep your position open. And if you guys didn't know that, now you do. But the longer you keep your position open, the more they will continue to charge you. I believe it's 10 cents every 8 hours. Very small fee, but there's no point in really investing and keeping that position open if they were going to charge me off of that. And I do believe that when we do see that short that I still am kind of figuring out right here is going to happen, I can easily make all the money back in the $40 that I lost on that position. But it's only a small short-term correction. I mean, sorry, it was only, a small short-term correction to the upside. It's a $40 loss. I had $1,000 in there. Very, very, very tiny, tiny, tiny drop. So whatever, I can easily make that back on this drop right here. So I am still anticipating the market to correct lower. I know a lot of you guys are wondering whether we're going to be continuing consolidation inside of here, or if we're going to see this breakout happen, or if we're going to break bullish. My bet is still that we are going to correct lower. I don't consider this to be the breakout. Merely there's really not much movement that's been happening. So for the people on YouTube that are calling this a breakout, I believe they are mistaken in the fact that on the weekly we're still trending inside of the high-low MMA. There's still been zero movement. We're still inside this massive triangle right here that you can see, this upward support and this resistance. We're still trending inside of here. We're still correcting in here. We're still trending inside the high-low MMA, very similar to what we saw right here. You can see back in 2018 when we were consolidating inside the high-low MMA, we broke bearish at the point right here. It's 2019 now, we're inside the high-low MMA and we're trading sideways. And there is once again still a chance that we're going to correct next week's candle and break bearish outside of here. So for those of the people on YouTube that are calling this a bullish move and that the breakout is happening, I believe they are wrong, and I don't believe you should believe their FOMO and their clickbait, because I do believe this is still within what appears to be the symmetrical triangle, as you guys can see here. It's clear as day. The weekly Bitcoin chart is still within its means, and we're still not just yet outside of here. We still need that confirmation of a break above the downtrend. When we do break and close a candle above what appears to be this white downtrend, then it will be official that we did break bullish and we are correcting to the upside. If I can see us close anywhere over here, then yes, I consider it to be a bullish break and a correction is indeed due for Bitcoin. But we haven't yet. We're still inside of the symmetrical triangle. We're still inside of here. We corrected below here. I was anticipating the breakout to begin. We didn't. We closed back inside of here. And I believe the candle will close today. And then we will see which direction the coin wants to go for next week, because I do believe we're going to see this candle start and then we're going to see the breakout happen. Very, very, very possible we could see the swing to the upside, but the breakout is not official until we can really see a closing above $7,600 on Bitcoin. Otherwise, resistance has not been broken and people are full of crap on YouTube. Another thing I wanted to consider is when you look at the other cryptocurrencies for reference, Litecoin is still trending inside of its descending fractal. Ethereum is still trending inside its descending fractal. So for the people that are saying, oh, well, the breakout's happening, they're wrong. They are wrong. Now, obviously, this is a little nice bullish break to the upside, but you can see that the candles have pretty much closed and gotten smaller since. And you can see we're merely about to retest the top resistance band right here, and we're probably going to break to the downside because of the resistance up here at the top. You can see we've been trending right here at about 35 to 40 on the RSI, and we broke bearish and we consolidated lower, and I believe the same thing is going to happen here. I really don't think the breakout has happened yet. I still think we're trending inside of what appears to be a major symmetrical triangle, and we still need more consolidation to really guarantee us which direction we're going to move to. You can see we're capped off right here, and we're correcting downwards right now, and there's a chance we're going to see another retracement to the downside here, or we're going to trend lower and lower, but I don't think it's over yet. Just a couple more days left in Bitcoin, and obviously if you guys have not yet signed up for DueDEX, I highly recommend you do, because when indeed we do decide to break bearish and consolidate to lower levels, you'd like to short the cryptocurrency because other cryptos don't have that option available, or other exchanges don't. You'll be able to short this on DueDEX. It's an awesome website. You can leverage trade. I highly recommend you take advantage of it. It is the first link in the description. But otherwise, hopefully that answers your questions, guys. This is a very small leap. We did not break outside of what appears to be our symmetrical triangle. A breakout did not happen yet. We're still inside of here. You know, for those people who are trying to brainwash you guys saying that we just broke out, it's not true, and we're still in consolidation. Otherwise, we're getting very close, though. We are getting very, very, very close. We still have another couple of days before we see the breakout actually confirm, and then we will, you know, analyze and figure out which way we're going to invest, either short or swing to the upside and swing trade the long position to the upside. But nothing's happened yet, guys. Still no reason to believe in a breakout. Otherwise, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.